I think if you can solve a particular problem in your business is going to soar. And I want to talk with you candidly about this because it's something I've worked on for a long time. And I think we're actually at a point of crisis in this area. And this is called communication. It runs our businesses. It makes our businesses grow. We have to speak to people. We have to listen to them. We have to interpret what they say, respond to them, and we have to do our best to understand what the needs of our customers are, what the needs of our staff are, and how we can mobilize people to take action more effectively, how we can make more progress in our businesses, how we can make more money in our businesses, how we can satisfy clients better. And we can't do that if we're poor communicators. And I think what's happened in our society is there's such a reliance on technology that old style communication is really old style. You just don't see communication at the same level that it used to be. And I think if you can fix this in your business, it'll make a big difference in terms of your progress. There's there's something I think called a communication culture, and we have it at our businesses. We walk around with it, and it's the decisions that we make around communicating with other people. Do we respond to them? How quickly do we respond to them? Do we choose to make a phone call or do we choose to send an email? Are we willing to say bad news if we have bad news? Are we willing to tell someone they didn't get the proposal or you're leaning in a different direction? If someone connects with you via social media and then they call you, do you pick up the phone and respond to them? I find we live in a world where many people would rather communicate via electronic means. And what that does, I think, is it just diminishes the quality of communication that we have in our organizations. People don't follow up. People don't respond. People don't answer phone calls. It's a pet peeve of mine because as a marketer, as a seller, we make lots of calls. We communicate with a lot of people. We try to communicate with a lot of people. And what we see is astounding. We see thousands of companies and individuals communicating poorly. We see people willing to hang up on people when they call. We see people dismissive. We see all kinds of things. People pretending that it's not them on the telephone. All kinds of things happen when you try to communicate. And I urge you to figure this out in your organization. There should be a penalty if someone doesn't follow up. You should make sure that you are, you know what? In fact, there's a company that has a product. I won't mention the product, but it essentially means communicating with someone on an ongoing basis. So if you want to really solve some problems in your business, just make that your mantra. Just decide that you are going to stay in communication with your clients, with your staff, with your partners out there in the market. Just keep communicating with them. Keep following up with them. Keep updating them on what's going on. Keep responding to them. Keep finding new things to talk with them about. Keep sharing things with them. And what you're going to find is if you do that, if you raise the level of communication, you're going to raise the level of success in your organization. This is urgent for most companies. We are at a crisis. You've heard of crisis communication? This is it. We are at a crisis in terms of communicating. People are much more willing to look at a little screen and to send an email than to pick up the phone, to meet with someone, and to communicate with someone directly. Elevate that in your organization. Make sure people are talking to each other. It's something I've had to work on and I continue to work on. If you work on it, I know it's going to have tremendous rewards for your business.